It's that time of year again. It's the Marsh Oaks Kids Triathlon. We're going to do it this Sunday at 9 o'clock. We had to make some adjustments this year because of some summer schedules, and then on Saturday, now that school started, it's a challenge with soccer schedule. So Sunday at 9 a.m. is when we're going to start. This year we have a nice orange theme. These are the t-shirts that your athlete will get. Thanks to the Marsh Oaks Makos for being the sole sponsor this year. They stepped up and said, we want to make sure this continues and happens, and they have done this. So there is a $10 charge this year. If you haven't submitted that payment or are having challenges, Trish Nicholson will help you with that on race morning. But bottom line, we want to make sure that everybody is there who wants to participate. So they will receive a official sling bag here, blaze orange with a blue color. I was able to get these really cool custom bibs here with the Marsh Oaks Makos on the top. Hopefully your child may post it in the room, take it to school. Everybody that finishes will receive an orange and blue finisher's medal, like always. So as we try to do this event to make sure that these kids experience the wonderful sport of triathlon that I'm passionate about, but more importantly, they have a fun time and a safe time. So let's talk a little bit about safety. When your child exits the swim, make sure they put their helmet on and it is strapped and clipped. If this becomes unclipped or they're riding like this, they will be disqualified. I don't like doing that. I will be on the course on my bike monitoring for safety, and I don't want to disqualify any of your children because they have their helmet unstrapped. Please make sure that's the first thing they do when they exit the swim and they get on their bike. Secondly, we are going to have cones like we did last year inside the cul-de-sacs where all the turns are. So please talk to your athlete about taking a slow turn around these cones to make sure they don't dump themselves on the bike or trip themselves on the run. They will not gain any time or speed by whipping around these cones, and it is unfortunately the quickest way for them to get some asphalt in their knees and in their hands, and we don't want that. We'll ever be safe. Speaking of safety, again, we will have everybody sign a waiver when you show up on race morning. If everybody could be there by 8:30 to get that done, that would be very ideal. Again, this year in the parking lot, we'll have the 3 different transitions color-coded with poster board that I'll tape on the parking lots. We'll have 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and the 9 to 12 group. This year we're doing things a little bit differently. We're going to have the younger kids go first. They're the ones that, it's a lot of fun. Their course is a lot shorter. They're the ones that really, in my opinion, come through the finish line with a huge smile on their face. And again, we're hopefully trying to instill in them the spirit of traveling on in the future with the sport of triathlon. So we're going to do that first. Once the 5 and 6 year olds are done, we'll start with 7 to 8 year olds, and then we'll do the older kids next. I will have some maps posted on race morning. Please review these with your child. We've sent these out in several emails. We're only going to do 2 cul-de-sacs this year. I'm cutting out that one cul-de-sac closest to the clubhouse. It's just an extra 100 feet. It's not worth an extra turn. But please review the maps. Don't forget your goggles. I cannot tell you how many times the athletes show up and they don't have goggles. So quick pre-race review for you for prep. Goggles, swim caps are optional. Swimsuits are not. Make sure they have their swimsuits ready to go, whatever they want to have on. A lot of our athletes will change into t-shirts and things like that to the bike. That's completely up to them. I highly recommend a towel at transition for their feet if they want to put on socks for their shoes. Most of the athletes at this age will wear the same shoes on the bike and the run. Some may not, but please plan for that accordingly. Don't forget to pump up your child's bike tires. Check the bike beforehand before you get up there. I'll have a bike pump at the race site, but it's really helpful if you do a little bit of pre-prep. Some of the kids like to wear sunglasses or hats during the run. Make sure you have those as well. You can wear a race belt like this. I will give everybody at least 2 safety pins for the race bib that needs to be on the front of the athlete in their race packet. But please make sure that happens, whether it's a t-shirt or a swimsuit or something like that. Just please plan accordingly. A lot of kids like to have water bottles in transition or on their bikes. We'll have popsicles at the finish. Right now we're hoping to have donuts before they start, which isn't always a great idea, but it's kind of fun just to keep them occupied while the other age groups are doing their event before they finish. So a couple things here, again, just to review. A triathlon is swim, bike, and run, in that order. In the transition area, they cannot be riding their bike, so I will have exit, entry and exit marked off, and then also where they can mount their bike and then dismount their bike and then walk it to the transition between their bike and their run. We'll have the finish line clearly marked. We always have a great time. I can't tell you how much fun it is for me to announce that you are a triathlete when they finish the Marsh Oaks Triathlon. I've done this for years, and that's a really fun event. Please take pictures. Please have fun with this. Please invite family. Parking is always a challenge because I'm going to block off the entire Marsh Oaks tennis and pool parking lot. We're going to use all that for transition. So please park in Marymount or up at Aldi's or around the corner, but please don't park down Sanderling or too close to Marsh Oaks Drive on that corner. I'm going to have to ask you to move your car. We had a couple issues last year, but that's part of the race course. A few other things I want to mention. So if your child's in the 5 to 6 year old age group, you absolutely, and I encourage you to run with them during the bike and the run. You can't ride a bike, but you can absolutely run with them next to them on the bike and next to them on the run. It's a really cool experience, and at that age group, the 5 to 6, it's something you're not ever going to forget. Safety is our biggest issue, so we will have volunteers posted on Marsh Oaks Drive and along Sanderling with bright yellow vests on. I'll have cones set up everywhere. I will have these signs up this morning, just letting know the neighborhood that it's about to happen, and please be cautious. Again, our goal is safety, so please review with your athlete that when they exit the transition area, it's just like a car, they can stay on the right side of the road. I can't block off traffic altogether. It's not possible, but again, if they stay on the right side of the road, just like a car would travel, and when they are on the course, it's going to be something that they're not going to potentially run into another participant. So it's really, really helpful if you review that with your athlete. Secondly, what I really want everyone to make sure they review with their athlete is when they come out of the pool and they run into the bike transition, I'll have a bunch of towels set up. That can be really slippery, especially as we progress into the older age groups. You're not going to gain any time by flying through that section. So it's kind of one of those things you have to slow down to speed up. So again, I would really appreciate if you explain to your athlete where there are opportunities to have a fun race and a safe race, and most of the time that is in the water, on the bike, and while you're running, not in transition. Lastly, what I'll tell everybody is we are trying to complete this by 11 a.m. Per the neighborhood. So we're going to try to clean everything up by 11 a.m. so that the pool can be opened to the Marsh Oaks community. So I share that with you just because sometimes with timing we get a little bit delayed. So if everybody could be there on time, that would be awesome. We will again have a volunteers meeting Friday at 5:45 up at the clubhouse. I'm going to go over a lot of the logistics, a lot of the setup that is really important to have a good experience for the athlete when they show up. I can't wait for this to happen. I might wear the medal myself all day long, because this is, again, something that I value and want all of our kids to experience. So I hope that helps, and I will see everybody on Sunday morning.